Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. We got a lot of amazing questions to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, our first question comes from Silkiest Cargo 1, who says, do you think that you'll be able to upgrade any more Pegasus vehicles? For example, like how you can upgrade the Insurgent and the technical pickup. Please, love the content. Keep up the great work. First of all, thank you. Second of all, I hope so. I thought that was one of the cooler features of the gun running update, being able to take two Pegasus vehicles that desperately needed more customization, the Insurgent and the technical, and giving it to them. I thought that was awesome. I feel like there's a handful of other vehicles that could get the same treatment. And what's really cool is once you upgraded them, they actually became personal vehicles. I still to this day really don't love the Pegasus system. I wish you could store all your vehicles in some capacity. Unfortunately, some just don't work that way. Maybe in a future update, Rockstar will make it the case. But yeah, there's lots of other vehicles that I feel like could get that custom variant version. The Insurgent pickup custom is awesome. The technical pickup custom still not that great, but it's better than the regular one. So I like that idea. That was one of the coolest features from the gun running update. So I definitely believe that would be a cool thing if it did return. Blue Shark 471 says, do you think the next GTA will be on current gen consoles, then later get released on future hardware? Kind of like how GTA 5 released on PS3 and Xbox 360, and then later on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So Clay, I actually think the answer to that is no. So obviously there's not a whole lot of information out on GTA 6 or whatever the next Grand Theft Auto game is going to be called, but I don't even think it's going to come out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Because think about it, with the current console hardware life cycle, by the time it gets to around 2020, 2021, you know, there should be a new Sony system out. There should be a new Microsoft system out. And it's kind of looking like the next Grand Theft Auto game won't be out until 2021, 2022. Just based off of what Rockstar is doing with Red Dead Redemption 2 this year, typically how long it takes to get Grand Theft Auto games to come out after other Rockstar releases. So I think that the next Grand Theft Auto game won't even be on this system. I think it will exclusively be on whatever it's going to be called, Xbox 2, as silly as that sounds, or PlayStation 5. I legitimately don't think it will be on the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, which is hard to believe that a version of Grand Theft Auto, at least a new one, won't ever come out on those consoles. That's really hard to believe. Just Asti says, is it me, Ross, or does the AI just seem to aim at you in their cars when you're driving yours, particularly more when you're delivering vehicle cargo? Asti, you are right. This has been a conspiracy that I have been, saying is a legitimate thing ever since they added the import-export update. I think Rockstar particularly programmed the AI traffic to do things that are out of the ordinary, like run red lights and move across lanes just in hopes of messing you up. And I mean, it does make sense because the goal with the import-export cargo is to not damage the cars. If you damage them less, you get more money. Rockstar obviously wants you to make as little money as possible, so you either have to play the game longer or spend it on shark cards. So they would be incentivized to make the NPCs want to crash into you. So yes, it does make sense. It really sucks because I feel like they are just masterminds at crashing into us. And I definitely think the conspiracy is real here. But at the end of the day, it's almost something I've gotten used to now. Like, I expect NPC drivers to be that bad. So it's almost trained me to be a little bit more prepared for situations like that. All right, our next question comes from Anthony, who says, if the next DLC is the consolidation of our businesses, do you think Rockstar will give us a new property to buy where we do them? Yes, absolutely. This is such an easy money-making way for Rockstar to just make us spend $4 or $5 million on something. I mean, if you think about it, the bunkers are $3 to $4 million, the hangars are $3 to $4 million, the facilities $3 to $4 million, CEO office $3 to $4 million. So you can imagine what a consolidation of all these businesses is going to be. Probably somewhere along the lines of $5, $6, $7, maybe even $8 million. I'm thinking along the same price as the executive yachts. So I definitely think they're going to be very expensive. I certainly think they're going to be useful, but they're definitely going to be a pricey property. And yeah, I do think it will be new. I've heard a lot of people saying, including myself, that maybe they open some of the doors in the hangars or they open some of the doors in the bunkers of the facility, but then Rockstar couldn't charge as much money. Whereas if they created like a new base of operations, they'd be able to charge an exorbitant price, which is likely what they're going to do. And it's probably where we'll do everything for this new business. Chris says, do you think they would ever add the McLaren 570S into GTA 5 in the future updates? And love your car, by the way. Thank you, Chris. I think there's a similar version of the McLaren 570S in Grand Theft Auto Online. I think it's the Italy GTB. I think it's a combination of a couple of McLarens. I feel like Progen could have a lot of cool cars. I feel like they could do a couple of the other versions that McLaren has. They could do a T20 custom, like bringing the T20 into Benny's and being able to soup that car up. I feel like that would be super cool. I feel like there's a lot of things Rockstar could do with the supercars in games. They could make roadster versions or spider versions, essentially making them convertible or top-down variants. And I think there's only one supercar in the coil that actually has the version to have a topless variant. And it's a really cool car in GTA 5. All the ones that can be convertibles, there's just not a lot of them. In fact, I don't really feel like there's been any DLC cars, maybe except for the Anus Windsor, that have had this feature. So yeah, I'd like to see more custom variant of cars, a la the Nero and the Italy GTB, and I'd like to see more roadster versions as well. But knowing Rockstar, they're likely not going to do any of that going forward. I'm sure their focus is on the business stuff and trying to make us spend as much money as possible. Building off of that, our next question comes from Paul Mizzou, who says, is Benny's officially out of service? I think it is. I feel like Rockstar wanted Benny's to work, but Rockstar sort of killed Benny's themselves because they started putting features that were once exclusive to Benny's in the Los Santos custom shop, like unique things on vehicles, liveries. They started allowing us to do that in the LSC, which really defeated the purpose of Benny's. And I liked Benny's. I think it was a cool auto body shop for more custom, high-end, exclusive vehicles, whereas the LSC was meant for more like mainstream, everyday cars. And yeah, Rockstar sort of killed it on their own. It's not like the community did anything like that because there's a ton of amazing Benny's cars. They just haven't added any in going on, 2+ years now? It's been a while. It might have even been 3 years. I don't know at this point, but it's been a while since we've had a Benny's car. And honestly, it would shock me in the next update if we had something like Benny's. It would honestly take an update like Tuners and Outlaws or a Midnight Club for me to even think of Rockstar doing another Benny's vehicle. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll be getting any of those anytime soon. Gabriel has our question next, who says, do you think sometime Rockstar will activate the weapons of the JB700? Honestly, they should. With all the weaponized vehicles in the game right now, the little pea shooters on the JB700 are literally nothing. What would be cool is if they activated the spike strip on the JB700. You know how it could drop those like little spikes? And it would be cool if anyone who didn't have bulletproof tires would get their tires popped by that. I think that would be an amazing feature. They should honestly do a JB700 2.0 that does have the miniguns or the machine guns on the front and the tire slashing little dropper things that you can push out of the back. That'd be awesome. Knowing Rockstar, though, because it's a vehicle that's been in the game since day one, they probably don't want to mess with any of it, and they're probably just going to leave it alone, even though that would be an awesome addition. All right, up next, we have a question from Peter, who says, do you think the next update will involve any sort of map expansion, including new buildings? So I think a map expansion at this point is probably not going to happen, whether it's to another GTA city like Vice City or Liberty City, or whether it's to North Yankton or another island. I think that's out of the question. As far as new buildings go, I think it would be awesome if Rockstar made the building that's under construction in downtown. It'd be so cool if that building was dynamic. And like over time, through each update, more and more and more of it got built. And whenever Rockstar introduced the final update in online, it would have been cool if they had completed it and it served some purpose, or maybe served a purpose for a mission or that final update. I guess that would sort of mess with the timeline and the story of GTA 5. Maybe that's the reason they've never done that. But it is awkward that, we've been playing this game for like 4.5 years and that building hasn't gotten a single update. Like they haven't put one extra brick on it. So yeah, I feel like that could have been something cool they could have done, but it definitely might have screwed with the timeline just a little bit. Up next, we have a question from Gamer TV, who says, do you think that the Sea Sparrow could be linked with a Naval DLC? So we've got the Bunker and Smuggler's Run update. It could be, and Rockstar have done this in the past, especially with some of the recent drip feed vehicles. Like, I feel like all the sort of classic cars they've been doing, like the Rapid GT Classic, was sort of leading up to some of the vehicles we've been getting now. And I feel like Rockstar do put hints in prior updates to hint towards the ones that are coming in the future. And the Sea Sparrow would be the perfect link between land and sea, because that's exactly what it is. Helicopter that can land in the ocean and that can land on ground like normal helicopters, which would be perfect for landing on aircraft carriers, retrieving cargo in the water. It would be perfect. Yes, the link is there. It's just a matter if Rockstar wants to execute on that link and wants to give us a Naval DLC. Okay, and our final question today comes from Anthony, who says, do you think Rockstar might release any Red Dead Redemption themed DLC to hype the upcoming game even further? It's a good question, Anthony. I don't know about a full Red Dead Redemption DLC, but I could definitely see them doing something like the treasure hunt that they added in the Doomsday Heist, where they either add some weapon or piece of clothing or vehicle that will be in Red Dead Redemption that we can get in Grand Theft Auto Online, because this will likely be the last update before RDR2 comes out. So you're right, building the hype is going to be very important here, and I feel like Rockstar are going to want to capitalize on the popularity of Grand Theft Auto Online, the success of online, and the reach it has to sort of promote their next upcoming game. So yes, I can almost guarantee you the next update will have something to do with RDR2. But anyways, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. As always, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you got to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and just be sure to use that hashtag AskBoss whenever I'm looking for Q&A questions, and you might find yourself featured in the next one. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, where you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.